The first win of the Julian Lopetegui era comes at Selhurst Park as West Ham defeat Crystal Palace by 2-0, and a glistening second half performance by the Hammers and some really pivotal hands from summer signings, the likes of Kilman and Wan-Bissaka, really crucial in the two build-ups to the goals that have gave West Ham all 3 points this afternoon, and a second half display that was very, very good indeed and shows promise and positivity for the future as well. Welcome back to West Ham Official. This is the instant match reaction. Crystal Palace 0, West Ham 2. First points, brilliant, and an away win to start the era off. And yes, fantastic. First half, okay, Crystal Palace had the better of the chances, as they had a brilliant chance, didn't he? And he curled it, and it just hit the top of the crossbar and went away. An element of fortune and luck there for the Hammers, and we capitalised in the second half. It was a couple of really fantastic goals, and the execution was magnificent. Look, we had a lot of shots on target in the game, not a lot converted on target. A lot of shots, not as many on target as perhaps Lopetegui would have liked. That's something to work on. But in terms of when we were there, and you know, the moves for the goal were excellent. 2 goals in the space of 5 minutes turned the game on its head completely. The first one coming courtesy of Thomas Souček, and it was sort of nobody could really get the ball at their feet, and then Souček comes lashing in and thunders it home. And a word to him as well, because the advertising hoardings fell down as the fans went to celebrate, and it fell on a young ball boy, and Souček was good enough to sort of not worry about his celebration and managed to get the advertising hoardings that was squishing this poor ball boy off and away, which sums up and epitomizes the man that Thomas Souček is. Hopefully that ball boy is okay, but a brilliant goal firstly, and then, well, just after that, fantastic from Max Kilman. He takes it basically on the edge of his own box, does our new centre-half, and really, as much as I hate to say, Declan Rice-esque, he dribbles the ball through the entire pitch, lays it off. It's a fantastic ball. So he travelled with the ball about half the pitch, and then a fantastically timed and weighted ball to Jarrod Bowen, who then does the rest. He actually put it into the corner, which I didn't think he would. He cut it back and put it into that bottom right-hand corner, and his first goal as West Ham club captain, and a knee slide to cap it all off to celebrate that as well. And in 5 minutes, West Ham had gained those 3 points, and a worth of Wan-Bissaka as well. A brilliant run for the first goal down that right flank to sort of cap it all off to start with. Brilliant from Wan-Bissaka, brilliant from Kilman, and execution from Souček and Bowen as well to finish things off. Absolutely brilliant second half display. And once again, I said this after the game last week, there was a lot of negativity around after the Villa game last week. I said, you wait till we start to incorporate these new signings into the team, and look, we're starting to do that, and things are getting better. Look, don't get me wrong, I wasn't best pleased when I saw the lineup was unchanged today. That's probably why I'm not West Ham manager, why I'm sat here attempting to talk about it. I was a little bit frustrated why Wan-Bissaka and Todibo weren't starting today, but they got on in the end, and Wan-Bissaka had a massive difference. I went for Max Kilman as well. If I was to give a man of the match today, it would be to Max Kilman. Defensively excellent. He's practically holding us together. We had a couple of wobbly moments, but he's holding us together. He did so last week, and he is today. He's proving some doubters really quite drastically wrong in the first 2 games in Claret and Blue. I think he has been excellent, Kilman, and that run for the second goal really alleviated some pressure and of course set up the goal, which was excellent as well. So Max Kilman has started his life off excellently at West Ham, and I'm sure Julian Lopetegui will be happy with the signing and his progress so far after his move from Wolves. Let's take some comments fired at you, well. Overall, the no-all negativity online before the game. A great score, 2-0 as I write this, and Bowen again away from him. He loves to go away from him. He doesn't like scoring at home, Bowen. He went on that run last year where he scored like 9 consecutive away games or something. He loves to go on the road. That's our new club captain, Jarrod Bowen. Great really against a form team with a good manager. Hopefully shuts up the Boo Boys. I mean, they're struggling now, Palace, aren't they? They were brilliant towards the back end of last season. They've got a fantastic manager there, albeit they've lost quite a few of their really important players, and it looks like they're losing Mark Gay pretty swiftly to Newcastle as well. So they've got Chelsea next week, and if they lose that, go into the international break, 3 games, 0 points. bit of pressure starts to build at Selhurst Park. And yeah, we've added to that this afternoon. Nice summary shirt. Thank you very much indeed. Massive. We're absolutely massive. Huge 3 points. Happy Saturday indeed. Hammerhead, hope you well. What a game. We play so much more open and freely. Shackles well and truly off. Absolutely. It's just alleviated that fixatedness around defensively. I mean, the commentators kept saying it about how we conceded so many goals last season, and it's a frank introduction to how poor we were defensively, despite being a defensively minded team last season. And yeah, we've had a couple of wobbly moments. I'm not going to deny or dispute that defensively so far in the opening 2 games, but it's just so much nicer to watch, isn't it? It's really, really, swift. It's not slow and lethargic. We're not rolling it. I mean, once I don't think I've seen the centre half roll it to each other, then roll it into midfield and roll it back to the goalkeeper like we did repetitively last season. I think a lot of that's down to Kilman, who likes to get on with it. He's quite a fast-paced, let's move the ball, let's have a bit of tempo. That's what we were crying out for last season, a bit of tempo in our passing and play. We're now seeing it, and it's great to see. Good on Souček, absolutely. Hammerhead, I hope you are well. Hand us the Premier League trophy now. We are on a title charge. I'm telling you that. I said that before the season. People moaned and groaned last week, but I'm telling you, the title charge is on. Just wait till Man City come to the Bowl next weekend, worth every penny of the 40 million Max Kilman, or should I say Coolman. Yeah, absolutely. The title decider next week, for sure. Could have been 5 or 6, says Hammerhead. Good afternoon, Gavin. I hope you are well. We have to allow time for players to bed in. Absolutely. Yeah, look, I'm not going to deny I was frustrated that Wan-Bissaka wasn't starting today. I know he picked up a little niggly injury. That's got a bit dark. He got a bit of an injury in the final pre-season game, but he's gone all the way through the pre-season, so I expected him to start today. But hopefully next week will be the week where we see Wan-Bissaka, Fulcru, Todibo, all in there in that starting lineup. Yeah, well done to Souček there. Absolutely. Mavropanos was on another level. He worked really quite well today with Kilman. I agree. Gary, hope you guys. He says, I'm giving Souček some love now. What he did for that kid shows how he is playing in his proper position. And look what happens. Can you be struggling 2 games into a season? I think they can, Palace. I really do. I mean, lost to Brentford last week, a game I expected them to win. And I mean, today it could have gone either way. It was on a knife edge at one point. And yeah, I mean, there was a couple of boos I heard at the end at Selhurst Park today. And yeah, I mean, if they go into an international break, 3 games and no points on the board, then questions may start to be raised. Hammerhead says, poor kid, hope he's all right, passing to sort out their hoardings. Exactly. It was great subs from Lopetegui, for sure. Says how the away end sounded buzzing this afternoon. Very jealous not to be in and amongst it. In South London, South London this afternoon. I've been a Souček hater, but not anymore. He does kill and moves the ball a lot quicker, and he sets the tempo, which otherwise we had from Zuma, where we used to roll it about, and it's refreshing. It really, really is. Miss Hammer, I hope you are well. Thank you for joining us. Hammerhead says every change I thought we needed to make, a big Julian made. I'm a happy Hammer. He makes his subs quite timely, doesn't he? That's a refreshing change, isn't it? And yeah, look, I was thinking he's going to make some subs soon, and he did. Like, I was waiting about 20 minutes after me thinking, let's make some subs last season. Now it's within 5 minutes. He is really changing it, Lopetegui, and I was really happy with what I saw this afternoon. And all in all, the second half performance was effectively faultless. Now, listen, at the end of the day, we did ride our luck at some points today. They did have some good chances, and just after we scored a couple of goals, they had a few chances, a string of chances as well. And on another day, they might score one of them, but if they're not going to put them all in the back of the net, then that's down to them. Fathead says, can rely on Souček when we need a goal so often. He does. I mean, 10 goals last season. He's got himself on the score sheet. He should have got himself on the score sheet right at the end to gain us a point last weekend, but he's got himself on it to resurrect that this weekend. Harry says, Wan-Bissaka was immense too, brought some pace and energy, and that mazy run for the first goal to get us up the pitch was really, really good as well. Again, I expect him in next week, hopefully, to that starting lineup. Overall, chuffed with the second half performance. I can see where this is going, and it's positive for West Ham. It's a free hit next week. I don't particularly like that phrase, but Man City, look, we all probably know we're going going to lose, but let's have a good go at them and not roll over. And Haaland's probably going to score. They're probably going to win, but you do never know with some of these players. I mean, some of them didn't even get on today. Another brilliant player that we've got. We've got attacking players coming out of our ears. So in that category, we're not struggling. Defensively, maybe next week we might get exposed a little bit, but we'll see. And hopefully we can give City a good go next week and cause them a few problems. I mean, Ipswich went a goal up inside 9 minutes this afternoon, and then they found themselves 9 minutes later 3-1 down. That's the clinical nature of Manchester City. So whatever happens next week at City, that's not the be all and end all. Unfortunately, that leads into an international break. So if we lose, and it's quite a big margin, everybody's a little bit into the international break. Excuse me. But look, it is what it is. We then come out of the international break and head to Fulham, which we struggled at last season, didn't we? But I think we're going to go with a different and changed mentality. Even Alvarez said that in an interview midweek. The manager's changed things. It's a different mentality and things are on the up for West Ham. I'm positive. I'm happy with what I saw this afternoon. There's improvements to be made. We're not perfect. We're far from it, but we're getting somewhere better, to a place where hopefully attacking football and results can come together and marry themselves, and we can be happy hammers once again. Look like a fantastic away end. A full credit to the away support, as always, loud as always. And yeah, that was fantastic. Some new chants coming out as well. There's excitement in the fan base, and hopefully that can continue on, and we can continue to maintain top half this season. That should be our aim, maybe higher, with the quality and potential of some of these players we have brought in. Right, let's have a look. I think that's Everton. Everton look terrible. They do look terrible, Everton. I think you're talking about Everton in the chat. They said, I put a few good on Moyes. Everton seems destiny that he leads them out at Goodison. Maybe. City is surely about performance, not about result. Has to acknowledge they are a different class. 100%. I agree. There's no doubt about that. It's all about the performance. Hopefully, standing toe to toe with them and causing them a couple of problems. I'm not expecting us to get anything from the game because, as Fathead outlines, they're a different class. They are hopefully going to win the league. Because if they don't, Arsenal are, and we all don't want that. So look, at the end of the day, next week doesn't define what we're going to be like for the rest of the season, but today gave a clear indication of what's to come, and it's positive for West Ham. Put in the rest of those new signings, and we're going to have a really frightening, attackingly exciting team going forward. Todibo, hopefully get him some more minutes in the coming weeks. Of course, we've got the Carabao Cup game as well, haven't we? I completely forgot. We've got Bournemouth in the Carabao Cup. Maybe that's the time to bring in all these players, get Somerville some minutes, and really try and get minutes in all of the legs of the players. We've got that to come, and Man City. Then the international break, and then we head into the proper part of the season, entering September, October, and November. So yeah, smash that like button, subscribe to West Ham Official if you are new. I'm quite happy. And yeah, my man of the match today will probably be Max Kilman. I thought he was really good. Kudos, I mentioned for him again. He's not going to be here next season, unfortunately. So he's different class, Mohamed Kudus. And yeah, some of those runs that he does and gets us out of difficult positions, and his pace, as we all know, is sensational. So he was brilliant. Paqueta a little bit wasteful, I do have to say, towards the end where the referee tackled Paqueta. He was bang on there, Paqueta, because at that free kick, Wharton touched the ball and the ball moved. So Paqueta went out to try and attack, and the referee stopped him, which I thought was ridiculous. That was really good switched on play from Paqueta, and he shouldn't have been penalised for it in the end. But yeah, there we go. Overall, I'm quite happy. Rodriguez, a good second game. Didn't get too overrun in midfield at times. It felt like they were dominating a little bit in midfield, but I think Rodriguez was really good. Again, looks like we've got ourselves a neat and tidy little midfield player there as well. With Alvarez coming back in, that's a huge boost. Hopefully fully fit to play next weekend against Man City. Don't bother with the Carabao Cup game. Let's get him fit and ready from the start for the Man City game next week. And yeah, it's all looking good for the Hammers. Some last couple of comments. Thank you. Comments about my shirt. Thank you. I mean, it's not my usual attire. We've been out for lunch, so I just haven't changed it. But proper rocking the Hawaiian look. Thank you very much indeed. Maybe I'll whip out a bit more with all the comments that I've had about it. Great win. Kilman was very good, and Mavropanos, indeed, very good. Hawaiian, yes, it is. It is. Thanks for watching. I will see you soon right here on West Ham Official. I'm a happy hammer. Crystal Palace 0, West Ham United 2. Lopetegui's first 3 points as West Ham manager, and his first 3 points on the road, and it was a good away day. There's no doubt about that. Beating a good Palace side and beating them well in that second half as well. 3 points, 2 goals, a clean sheet. Job done. Happy Saturday, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.